Today we're back in Newbrook, the only neighborhood in Silverleaf by Toll Brothers, America's luxury home builder. And in this video, we're focused on their Towns collection. Now, as you can see, these aren't your average townhomes, and I'm gonna walk you through 4 unique floor plans that have all been really thoughtfully designed to offer something different, whether it's space, flexibility, flow, or grandeur. Yes, I said grandeur, talking about a townhome. Just give me a minute and you'll see what I'm talking about. We're gonna cover the pricing on these move-in ready homes, discuss some options when it comes to building, and talk about this amazing location, including its convenience, exclusive amenities, and no CDD fees, which is hard to find in this part of Florida. Now, by the end of this video, I hope you'll have everything you need to make a decision, and if not, I'm only a phone call away. Let's go. Each of these buildings has 4 townhomes, and what's great is that every one of them has a different layout. Most are right around 2,000 square feet with 3 to 4 beds and either 2.5 or 3 full baths. There are 1 and 2 car options, and even though they're all 2-story homes, not all bedrooms are upstairs. We'll take a serious look at pricing after we tour each home. So let's start with the 2 interior units first, the Settler and the Castillo. Okay, let's start with the Settler because it's our 1-car garage option. It's 2,002 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. We're gonna walk in here and we're gonna have stairs right in the front here up to the top. Now, I want you to lock in and know right away that this is the only floor plan that's got a primary on the bottom floor. So if you need that, let's go ahead and evaluate if this is gonna work for you, because this is your only option. So we got a half bath right off the front here. You've got that sort of chrome fixtures there. You do have, looks like brushed nickel on the door there. You've got a luxury vinyl plank, kind of a warm color here. And you know, this unit is for sale, so I do want to highlight the finishes. You have smooth walls, which is standard on Toll Brothers homes. Then you got laundry, okay? No washer and dryer included, bring your own. All right, you got a tub there. Across, you have your 1-car garage. Inside your 1-car garage, you'll see you have your tankless water heater, and that is for a water softener. Pretty important in Florida. We've got hard water here, okay? Now, I know sometimes it's hard to imagine how you're gonna fill up the space, so I'm gonna cut in some of the model home here as well, so you can kind of see what this space looks like when it's decorated, okay? All right, we've got a nice white kitchen. Lots of people still really love their white kitchen. Nice thick quartz countertop. Obviously you've got double stack for your oven microwave. You've got a nice 5-burner gas range. This is Whirlpool. It is vented out, which is a plus. Let's take a look at this island. Everything's gonna be soft close. Maybe not. That is, okay. So the cabinets are soft close, the drawers are not. Got a stainless steel single basin sink. And yeah, I don't love this finish. I'd rather, you know, have time to build my own and replace that kind of plastic chrome. No fridge, okay? So I'd be thinking about what fridge you want. You do have Lazy Susan in the corner, which is nice. Okay, good use of that space. Let's see what they've got going on in the top here, corner cabinet. Okay. And a pantry. Yeah, it's a little bit on the smaller side, but this plan is aimed at those looking to downsize a little bit, okay? So you have a very cool 2-story living room here. And the 2-story foyer as you come in. So that's what I'm talking about, a little bit of grandeur, you know, and again, I'll be cutting in some of the scenes of the model that's really, really pretty, but that's not something you often see, right, in a townhome. So since I'm right here, we'll go ahead and take a look outside. We've got a covered lanai here. You do have pavers. And this is not bad at all, right? So we got a nice water to preserve view. It's not direct. You do have a little bit of other people's houses here. You can see somebody's moved in there and done a nice job decorating that backyard. Those are the models way down there with the palm trees where we started. Okay, but that's not too bad. I like that a lot. All right, let's take a look at the master. Okay. So basically just a square here. I'll close the door and let you see the other angle. This is not a large master, okay? Neither is the closet in this one. Pretty colors here in the bathroom. I like this. Sort of like a light gray, bluish gray. You got the white quartz, and I like those mirrors. Again, I don't know who likes this. Maybe somebody does. I'm sorry if I offended you. Don't mean to offend you. I like this blue. That's really pretty. Somebody else who's watching likes that blue too. You know who you are. Now this closet is a little bit on the small side. I used to think it was interesting that a luxury builder would put, this wire rack, but the truth is that in this closet, in order to maximize the space, you're probably gonna pull that out and customize your whole closet anyway, all right? So, especially if you build in advance, just tell them, hey, leave that wire rack out. Maybe they'll give you a little rebate on that, reimburse you for that. I don't know how much that is. Can't be very much, okay? We are gonna talk pricing. I'm always very straightforward about that. I'm not gonna try to trick you to reach out to me. I wanna help you. And if you wanna buy something, you gotta know the price, right? Okay, so we got all wood up here. Or it looks like wood, right? It's luxury vinyl plank. So again, 2-story living room. Take a look at that. Nice views of the lake. I'm not sure if you can really get that focus, but you got views of the water there. Okay, and again, we'll kind of cut in some views of the model home here. And we got a couple bedrooms up here. All right. You do have the sliding doors. That's going to be typical unless it's a walk-in closet. You do have the sliding doors. AC, I'm guessing. Yep, AC. It's a carrier. All right. Linens. And your full bath up here. Get a look at that finish there. Same color on the cabinets. Okay, tile is not going all the way up. But that's something that you can do when you buy your own and add it to the design center. This is like a work area, workstation, offhang of the loft. Some nice space there. I mean, it's a very spacious loft. Pretty cool common area. All right, and then this is your other bedroom off the front of the house. And this one, having a door, it is a walk-in closet. And it's pretty sizable. I mean, to be honest with you, I think that might be as big as the primary closet. Okay. So this is a cool one. This is very unique. You got the 2-story in the front, 2-story in the back. Oh, one thing I do want to highlight, if you do want to build this and turn this into a 4th bedroom, you can do that. So instead of having an open space, you can add a 4th bedroom right there. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the prices on these. I think there's 1 ready now, 2 that are coming in the fall. So let's talk about it. This specific unit, guys, if you're interested, 348 Delwood Way. Again, a reminder, it's called the Settler. It is an interior unit. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, plus that loft upstairs, which is pretty sizable. And it's your 1 car option. This one's obviously ready right now, $469. Guys, you will get it for better than that price, I promise you. All right, there's always a little bit of leverage on a home that's ready right now. Now, there are 2 ready in the fall that range from $429 to $439. So that's interesting, right? That's, you know, $40K different than that. Part of that is because they back up to other townhomes where this one's on the water, but probably maybe the finishes are different as well. You want to customize your own, build it in the future, that's going to start at $407,000. And really, what can you customize? It's mostly design features. There's not too many structural adaptations you could do. However, as I mentioned, you can trade that 2nd story living room for the 4th bedroom up there across the loft. Now, I promised you I'd tell you a couple things that make this neighborhood so unique. So before we go take a look at the Castillo, which is your first 2-car garage option, let me highlight quickly some features of this neighborhood. First of all, let me highlight how this neighborhood is positioned within Silverleaf, because it really is unique and gives you some great advantages. So you can see how Newbrook here I've highlighted in this dark blue rectangle, and you can see that it's touching Silver Lake Drive here and 16A over here. And this is one of the only neighborhoods that really gives you 2 totally different exit points on the neighborhood depending on which direction you want to go. And don't underestimate this. This is really, really helpful, because as Silverleaf builds out, there's going to be more and more things built out. There's going to be traffic, right? There's going to be a good bit of congestion. So you're right in the middle of Silver Lake Drive, so you can head north out to St. John's Parkway, or you could head south out to St. John's Parkway. That's pretty great to be able to go both ways. And you'll see 95 is not too far away. It's pretty easy access to get to 95, especially towards the north, okay? And then bordering 16A, okay, you can head on out to Green Cove Springs, right? And around the west side of Jacksonville. So this is very, very convenient. And as you'll see in the video, there's these white walls that border this through street. Okay, there's white walls on either side of this through street. That's important because there is going to be some through traffic. This is not just exclusive to your neighborhood, but people can come and go on that road. Very important for you to know, okay? That's the first thing. Second thing is I want to talk a little bit about amenities, okay? So let me go ahead and pull those up. Let's see. First of all, there in the light blue right there, you've got an exclusive amenity center that will be built and is coming right there in Newbrook. Exclusive to you, being that it's a gated community, nobody else can use your amenities, and yet you can use the other public Silverleaf amenities. And that's very important, because that is not true of every neighborhood in Silverleaf. One thing all these neighborhoods have in common is there is no CDD fee. But the second thing you need to double check is there's a neighborhood-specific HOA and a master HOA. You need to see if you belong to both of those, how the amenity works. So this is pretty cool, because what does that mean? This is going to be beautiful. I'll try to cut in some images, some renderings of what it's going to be like, so that you can see what there is. You know, there's a pool, there's a gym, and you know, I'm not 100% sure all the other things that are there, but it will be on the smaller side compared to other amenity centers. But if you have friends in town, family in town, people coming to visit you, no problem. Let's check out where those other public amenity centers are. Number 1, this is the first amenity center right here. It's in the Silverleaf Village, and it is huge. You've got a splash park. You've got a little, toddler area where kids can play, like a playground. You've got a couple different pools, pickleball courts, and everything. So that's a really, really cool one. That's nice. So let's zoom out a little bit. That's the first one, open to everybody. This one right here will be very close. It's a bit far out. Okay, this is by the Lennar neighborhoods, but that will be open to everyone. Look how close that is. So think maybe a couple years down the road. And this is the second amenity center, public to everybody. open to everybody. And that's not far away at all. And that is almost ready. It's really nice. Maybe I'll cut in a shot to show you that. It's almost finished. Okay, so that's the second thing I want to highlight. I'm gonna go ahead and pull those off now, and let's just talk briefly about what is already accessible in this master planning community and what is coming. So when it comes to retail, right next to that amenity center is a Silverleaf Commons. So you have some restaurants and some small businesses there that you can access. A couple good restaurants there. There's a really nice pizza place that I've started to take my clients, and usually they like it, even the people from New York, and it's kind of New York style pizza. So that's pretty cool. What's coming? You've got a large Publix, right? I'll show you some footage of that as well. That's under construction. I think that'll be done early 2026. And then there's going to be maybe a couple years down the road, a very large town center with all kinds of shops and restaurants. That's going to be a massive area. Now let's talk about schools, right? Schools are very important. That's another reason why people are drawn to St. Johns County. So you've got, let's kind of zoom out so you can see where I drop these on. Go ahead and take off the retail. And here's Wards Creek. Let me get it on there for you. It's to the south. All three of these, I think, are to the south. Wards Creek Elementary, and these are all highly rated public schools. Bassetti Bay Middle School. Oop, where are you at? There you are. And Tucoy Creek. So they're all down to the south. But keep this in mind for the future. You've got some future schools that will be coming in. I'm not exactly sure of when, but just so you know that there are zoned for these schools. So here's one right here, and here's one right here on either side of that neighborhood. There will be some traffic with that, but that's also going to be super convenient. The last thing I want to mention briefly before we get you back out there to the homes is the hospitals. So here is a future Wolfson and Baptist Children's Hospital. It's right across from where that Publix was. That's going up now, also ready early 2026. And just so you know where your closest hospital is that's ready right now and available for you, it's right up here on 210 and 95. Super special location. Hope you're really interested in this, and let's get you back out there. This is the Castillo. I'm so sorry. I lived in Spain for 6 years, and I just absolutely cannot call it the Castillo. So for me, it's the Castillo. It's our first two-car garage option. It is an interior unit, and it is just slightly smaller than the last one we checked out. Okay, so it's like 1,926 square feet, but it's the same concept. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath with a smaller loft upstairs. Now, you can see this one already does not have that grandeur that the last one did, right? There's no 2-story foyer on this one. But like I said, all of these plans are a little bit unique. So we head back here. We've got the 2-car garage entry. And what else did we have back here? Oh, half bath and a coat closet. Okay, let's check out the finishes in here. Hey, I like to see that. I like that kind of black matte finish a little bit better. And we're going all the way up to the lights. You've got that on the toilet and the bar over there as well. So in my opinion, nicer finishes on this one. And you've got the wood look tile here, a gray wood look tile. Now, this one is for sale as well, but they have furnished it, which always helps. Upstairs is not furnished, but I'll cut in some of the model to help you kind of picture that as well. All right, so we've got a nice little dining area here. And just like on the other one, the kitchen is facing the side, but in this one, it's facing the living area. In the last one, it was facing the dining. What's your preference, right? That's what makes these all unique, is that there's something different about each one of them, and one of them is going to be just right for you. So nice kitchen on this one. Again, you have the double stack, gas community, always vented out. And guys, I did a double check here. It is soft close. All right, I just got unlucky with that one drawer. Got a nice quartz with some kind of gold veining here. And I like this hardware a little bit better on here. Now, everybody to each his own, right? You all like different things. Again, this is, to me, like a major, it's a small thing, but it's a big thing. Like, I just do not like seeing those plastic fixtures in the homes at all. But it's all good. Come on, Toll Brothers. No more chrome plastic in there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the outside. This is a great view, right? This is one of the best views that you're gonna find in this community, because basically I'm looking out, right? I'm looking straight out and I see water to preserve, okay? I've got townhomes over here, but when I look out, I'm just seeing the water. Now, I do wanna kind of look at this, just not to invade their privacy, but just to give you an idea of some other options, what you could do back there. Get creative. You can do all kinds of cool things. Give yourself some privacy. All right, let's head upstairs. Okay, all the bedrooms are upstairs. Remember, the last one we looked at was the only one with the primary downstairs. Did I forget the garage? I did. I hate forgetting stuff. It happens, but I don't want to do it. I like to be very thorough and cover everything. So you do have a 2-car garage on this one. Your water heater, again, tankless water heater inside. The water softening loop. Again, right across from your half bath and a coat closet. I like that. All right, there's a good flow to this townhome. And like a typical townhome, this one's got all the bedrooms upstairs. You have some nice wood tread here. Let you get a look at that color. Okay, because you could buy this one. The last one we had a luxury vinyl plank. This one's got carpet all throughout. Okay, we're coming up to this. Now, again, I said this one is not furnished, so I'm going to cut in some views of the model home on this one. Okay, off to the right, we got a couple bedrooms. What we got here? All right, we got the sliding doors. Again, here's that nice view on a secondary bedroom. Okay, pretty sweet. Check out, I'll add the dimensions as well. If they're in the floor plan, I will add the dimensions. Another one, same concept here, about the same size. All right. Nice full bath, double vanities, that's great. Laundry upstairs, very convenient. Is there a sink on this one? Nope. We do have the AC closet here and wires for the security system. Okay. Linens, and you got your master. Now, a little bit atypical master on this one is facing the road. But I don't know, maybe you like that. I will tell you something you'll like. Much better closet on this one and a window bringing in the light. So let me just show you how large it is. Much better than the last one. Am I right? Okay, a little bit more room in here for you. We're gonna get to one that's actually got 2 closets, his and her. You're gonna love that. I know there's some people out there that's a must. All right. Okay, so they've kept that theme to going with the finishes. I think it looks great. I think this is a really nice design selection on this one. Good size shower on here. And tile all the way to the top. You got the frameless glass doors, and you got your WC. Okay, you ready to take a look at the pricing on this one? How do you feel about this model? How do you feel about the Castillo? How do you feel about the Castillo? All right, doesn't it sound better in Spanish? Come on, like elegant, beautiful. By the way, speaking of Spain, I just got back from vacation in Spain. Beautiful place. If you've never been, you need to go check out Salamanca, one of the most beautiful places in the world. All right, this is 71 Delwood Way. The Castillo is an interior unit, but it's your 2-car. Slightly smaller, but you're not gonna really feel it. 3, 2.5 plus a loft. This one's ready now, $449 What else we got? Well, right now, this is the only one currently for sale and being built. I guess in the future buildings, they've already been bought up. So potentially it's a popular one. You want to build your own in the future. You're starting off at $377. Maybe that's why it's one of the popular ones. This is I think this is the most affordable plan. What can you customize though? There's not a ton that you can customize in Toll Brothers Homes. Maybe you can save money if you don't want these sliders. Sliders are very popular, but if you don't like sliders, I mean, it's more glass to clean, right? You say, hey, leave that out. You'll probably save $4, $5, $6 grand. Wouldn't surprise me, right? So that is one option you can have. You could just have windows and a door. Still a lot of glass to clean, but not quite as much. And then the other option, you know, small thing, but if you want to tray out your ceiling and your master, you could do that as well. What do you think about Toll Brothers? This is a very popular builder in this area, and they've got some great floor plans, beautiful finishes, and some amazing neighborhoods in Silverleaf, and yes, outside of Silverleaf too. I want to give a shout out to my latest buyers. You know who you are. Love you guys. Very excited for them. They chose a Toll Brothers home in the beautiful community of the Shores at Rivertown. Now, when they called me, they had an idea of what they wanted. And we started in Silverleaf. We looked at a couple different neighborhoods, a couple different builders, until they came to Toll Brothers and they decided, hey, we really like these finishes. We really like this builder. Let's get a Toll Brothers home. But we had to go outside of Silverleaf to really find the community that was the best fit for them. I share that because that is a major benefit of working with somebody like me. If you don't already have your realtor, I would love for you to consider me, give me a call, shoot me a text message. Let me help you with that process, because as we go around to these different communities, you're gonna learn new information, you're gonna be comparing and contrasting, and things are gonna change. And that's a normal part of the experience that you can only experience by going and seeing the builders and the neighborhoods. Let me help you with that. Call me or text me. There is a link in the description that you can use to schedule a call if that's easier for you. And I look forward to talking to you soon. All right, we finished looking at the interior units. Are you ready to check out the end units? Let's go. The Fairfield, we're starting with a one car, but actually this is our biggest unit. It's 2,138 square feet, okay? And this right here is a 4th bedroom. So it's a 4-3, but you can option this one to be a study or a flex room. Let me go ahead and let you see how much room, how much space there is between these two buildings. So that's pretty cool. You have like this, a decent amount of side yard, which is great because, you know, it is side entry. So you're not staring down into your neighbor's, you know, dining room. Of course, I picked the day that the landscapers are going. That's my luck. But I guess it's a trade-off because it's a beautiful day. It has been raining a lot lately. Got to do what you got to do. I don't want to rush this. Just want you to see how much light you're getting in here on this end unit, right? Take a look at all those windows and let's go check it out. A lot of light coming through on this glass pane door as well. It is hot. By the way, if you appreciate me out here sweating my butt off for y'all, would you like this video? I really appreciate it. Here we're coming into the, this is the dining area, right, with some nice windows bringing in light. And you got this slider off to this patio. And this is one, again, with a fantastic view. So take a look at that. I'm not gonna go out there because it's kind of noisy. By the way, there is a stub for gas, so you can, you know, connect a little summer kitchen out here, get to grilling. But this is one of the better views. A lot of green around here, very nice. So if you watch my videos at all, you know that this is my favorite color of kitchen. I really like this color. It's called burlap. And I think white is super classic. It's beautiful, but I think it's kind of on the way out. You don't have to clean these as much. Anyways, nice pendant lighting here like that. And again, we have these matte finishes on this one, matte black hardware on the cabinets. Let you take a look at the backsplash and the, oops, sorry. the courts there. Okay, here's your island. And again, this is the largest one. You do have only one car. This would be your living room, obviously. And this is the largest pantry that we've seen so far as well. So take a look at the footprint of it. Again, you're gonna want to customize that to make a little bit more use of the size. All right, now this is, again, all of these are so unique. That's why I really like these townhome plans, because you know, the first townhome we looked at was the only one with a master's downstairs. Well, this is the only one with a secondary bedroom downstairs. And again, this can be optioned to be a flex room or a study. All right. So if you're trying to downsize, you only got one car, but you're not really trying to downsize, you want to have a flex room or a study, this is a great option for you. Okay, so here's your one car. Got your tankless water heater. You got space for your water softener and for your Ferrari, right? I know that's what you drive. Okay, let's head upstairs. We got carpet. And I don't think we have a model of this one, but I think the loft is similar, so potentially I'll cut in some footage here. All right, to show you what you can do with that loft, so you have sort of a split floor plan. Yes, you are looking at that other building. Okay. And opposite the loft, you've got your laundry room. You do have a mud sink on this one, and your AC closet. I always show people this because maybe you care what the brand is, maybe you don't, and maybe you have plans for that little section of storage area in your closet. That might be important to you, where you put your vacuum cleaner. All right, master. This is a very nice size master for a townhome, okay? We've got a trade ceiling on this one. And again, you've got some pretty views on this home. Come by it. Would you give me a call? Make my day. It's a win-win for everybody. And also, this is a lot bigger closet than we've seen as well. All right? Not bad. Not the smallest one that we've seen by any means. Okay, let's check out the bathroom. Love when we get a window in the bathroom. Okay. I don't know what's going on with these lights. Wouldn't turn on. It's the same thing in the secondary bathroom. You can see it's trying. There must be something about these light bulbs, but I'm not exactly sure. A little bit of space in here, you know, not very claustrophobic. And oh my gosh, I love it when this happens. I actually forget about this stuff sometimes. There's two closets. This is the one I was telling you about. Come on, somebody out there is going, yay, yay, right? There's his and hers, or hers and hers, you know, whatever. Here's your WC. And again, if there's dimensions, I'll put them out there, but it looks just as big as the other one. That is a big win, y'all. That is a big win. But I imagine if you only have one car, you'll probably want to option out that fourth bedroom to a study or a flex room, right? There's your linen. And here's your full bath. Again, it's dark in here because look at that. I'll have to point that out to them and see if they can look into that, see what's going on. Here's your other bedroom. I think one is a walk-in. You're looking at the front of the neighborhood, by the way. I'm gonna show you a little bit of this wall because it's important to understand this wall, the two walls that go through the community. And there's a plus and a minus to that. So we'll kind of discuss that as well, or potentially I've already discussed that with you. We'll see, depending on how I edit this video. Sliding door here, on a step-in closet. I think this one has a walk-in, right? Okay. Yeah. And again, that ain't too shabby. That ain't too shabby for a townhome. And yeah, we already looked at that. So let's look at the price. Are y'all ready? Now, There's one, I think, ready now, and there are, no, I think there's 4 ready now. So let's go. You know you want options? Well, you got options on this one. Check this one out. It is 45 Delwood Way. The plan is called Fairfield. It's an end unit, and it's a 1-car. Largest one, 2,138. This one is 4-bed, 3-bath. Check this out. This was $519. Whoa. And it's been reduced to $479. And again, I don't think you're gonna get it at that price. When homes are ready, they wanna sell them, right? They've got carrying costs and they wanna move those homes. Now, if this one doesn't interest you, okay, there are 3 more that are more affordable. $439 to $449, one of them backs to water, and then one of them, wait, I'm a little confused on the numbers. There's either 2 or 3. One backs to water and one backs to another townhome. If you want to customize that, you're looking at a starting price of $422. Again, I've mentioned it several times now. This is your only structural option to change that to a flex room or an office instead of a bedroom. And that would convert the full bath to a half bath as well. Last but not least, we've got the Lightner, just under 2,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Did I save the best for last? Maybe. You're gonna have to tell me. There's a lot to like about this floor plan, and as usual, this particular house is for sale. As you can see, it's got a great view right on the corner of the water. All right. Okay. We got 2-car garage, we got the half bath, stairs, and then the living area. Let's go ahead and take a look at the garage. The garage, guys, the garage, it's got something really cool and really special. It really is. You're gonna see. No, it's not the water heater. No, it's not the water softener loop. What do we have over here? What do we have? What is this? Come on, is this AC? It's just AC, right? No. Are you kidding me? I love this. Look at this nice finished storage area. Come on, that is so cool. And I mentioned earlier that I hate to forget things. Well, there is another floor plan with that in it. I forgot to show it to you, but one of the other units also has that little storage area. This particular one has been upgraded with a little drop zone like that. Check out the half bath real quick. See what our finishes are in there. Okay, all right, so we're back to that plastic chrome. But hey, finishes can be changed, can be replaced, can't they? All right, now, we have the light coming in, but this is a little bit different layout, right? So you have to decide, what is it that you want? Do you want your kitchen to be facing your living area, kitchen facing the dining, and do you want it towards facing the rear of the home or the side of the home, right? That is kind of the big question to think about when you're considering living space. We're back to that classic white look. This is sort of that classic granite that we know. And let's check out the island. Okay, on this one we've got a white sink. And so here I'm looking out at the backyard through the kitchen. So if I'm doing dishes, I've got some nice light coming at me, which is great. And I can still see the TV that's on the wall. So I think that's a pretty good layout. Little pantry, okay. It is on the smaller side. All right, should we take a peek outside since this is such a great view? Why not? Before we go upstairs. Hook up your gas grill. Let's just go ahead and see what we got. To the side here, you've got the AC unit. Okay. Decent sized lanai, you know, you can do a good bit out here. Always got to check with the HOA, of course. See what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. We got wood on the stairs. And we're coming up to a small loft. We've seen this before, that splits the bedrooms. Nice banister and spindles on that one. It's a nice look. That's pretty cool. We haven't seen that. Now, eventually I think there will be buildings out there, but at this point it's nice to look out and see trees. So we're in the loft here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the secondary bedrooms first. Okay, little things. Having a window in your laundry room. Little, but important, right? I don't think we've seen that yet, where there's been a window in the laundry room. Great views in this room. Double view of the water. Sliding doors on that step-in closet. Coming across. Dual vanities in your secondary bath. Okay, tile is all the way up in this one as well. That hasn't always been the case. I don't know if you can see this. That goes pretty far back there. Decent amount of space in that AC closet. And then another bedroom, similar to that last one. All right, let's check out the master and then we're gonna look at the price. How do you think this compares? You think this is the least expensive, middle of the pack, most expensive? What do you think? We also haven't seen this. Nice size storage closet right off the loft. That's pretty cool. Master bedroom. I love the placement of this window right here, bringing in some light. Also haven't seen that. Good size closet. We've seen a closet like this one. It's kind of long rectangle. It's great. Really pretty windows there. Tray ceiling. Good size master here. Throw some chairs over there. Convert that into a little sitting area. Great. Plenty of room to put something on either side of the bed. Put a dresser back there, a TV. I mean, this could be a really, really great primary bedroom. All right. Oh, by the way, we hadn't seen this tile yet. We got the square ceramic tile. That's the first time that we've seen that. We have a seating area between the vanities, and you got that nice white classic look. White around the mirrors, white quartz, white cabinets, white tile all the way up to the ceiling in the shower. You do have a niche to store your items. Got like a gray honeycomb pattern there, and you got your WC. All right. So as you might have guessed, this is the most expensive plan. I mean, it is kind of perfect. Right? It's an end unit, 3, 2.5, 2-car garage. And there's lots of little things that make this plan special. So let's look at the price. This particular one, if you're interested, 344 Delwood Way. It's the Lightner, it's an end unit, under 2,000 square feet, but you do have that 2-car garage. This one is ready to go, and it's currently at $489. Don't buy it for that price. Let me help you get it down. I will. There's one ready right now, and it's on the wall, okay? I mentioned that wall to you. I don't know if we can see it from here, but I'll show you some clips of that wall, because it's important to know where that wall is and if you care about it or if you don't care about it, okay? And then you've got 2 that are ready in the fall, $439 to $449, and both of those back to townhomes. You want to customize your own, $449. What are your options? We've seen this one before. It's the same kind of deal. If you want to save money on the sliders, okay, there's only a 2-stack slider here, so I don't know, that might be $3-4 grand. But if you don't like the sliders, you can trade that out for just maybe a single door, save a little bit of money. And then only other option, maybe put a tray in your primary suite. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this neighborhood and builder, you gotta check out this video right here. You'll see your single family home options. I've got the 40 and 50 foot models. And over here, I've got the 60, 70, and 80 foot models. My name is JP. I am your Silverleaf expert. And until next time, people before property.